This old man can see the Hellraiser. Tom had reached the end of his life, but he's not dead. That's because every time the Hellraiser came to extradite Tom's soul, he was driven away by his family's god. This matter greatly troubled Yama. He summoned the three most powerful messengers to bring back Tom's soul, even if it meant destroying his household deity. To kill the deity, they had to shatter the jar in which he was enshrined. That night, Mike and Mary arrived at Tom's house. Mike found a jar and assumed it was the one used to worship the household deity. He drank all the water inside, but suddenly felt something was amiss. Turning around, he discovered that George, the household deity, had already subdued Mary. Mike threatened George with the jar, demanding that he release Mary. To his surprise, George asked why Mike was talking to him while holding a jar used by a child for urinating and defecating. Mike was stunned, realizing that the water he had just consumed might be urine. George threw Mary aside, and he and Mike engaged in a fierce battle inside the house. Despite Mike being the strongest messenger from hell, after exchanging a few moves, both he and Mary ended up kneeling before George, apologizing. Even the command tablet used to summon the deceased was snatched away by George. George informed them that Tom's grandson was starting elementary school in 40 days and requested that they grant a grace period until then. Before that time, no one could take Tom away. The next day, Mary and Mike were secretly peeking over the fence, observing the yard. A group of debt collectors had come to Tom's house. They witnessed the strong and imposing George meekly pleading with them to give him a few more days. Mike was shocked to see that George, who had badly beaten him the previous night, was easily slapped into the toilet by someone today. This movie is called Along with the Gods 2. Due to copyright issues, I can only provide a summary up to this point. If you're interested, I recommend checking out the original film.